Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome back to the channel and to Runebound 3rd edition, The Ascendance of Margath, episode 3. Just a couple of things from last turn, made a couple of minor boo-boos. One was that I actually forgot Master Thorn. He got 2 trophies last turn and he does have a special ability. He could have exerted and moved up to 3 hexes. Could have moved up to 3 hexes because he's got a mind of 3. So instead of like rolling bloody dice like I did do, he could have actually exerted and actually just moved to any hex within 3. As it was, there was just a load of quests and there's that adventure gem right near him, so it didn't really matter. So I didn't bother exerting. But the reason I didn't bother exerting was because I forgot all about it. Not because I made a conscious decision not to exert. But I probably wouldn't have done it anyway. So that was something I missed for him. And I should have just mentioned that it was, you know, an option. But I didn't. The other thing was regarding when you can learn skills. Now it is a free action. So you don't have to spend an action to do it. But what you can't do is you can't sort of do it halfway through your actions. I've just checked again, and it's on page 12 of the Rules and Reference Guide. So if we just look under skill cards, it's this first bullet point here, where it says, a hero can learn a skill card after resolving his or her last action before his or her turn ends. So you have got to do all your actions in a turn and then at the end say, right, I'm going to learn this card. So I did it slightly out of sequence for Lyssa, but a bit later on I did do it correctly for Master Thorn because he had actually finished all his actions. So it didn't make much difference because the skills that Lyssa learned, she didn't particularly she didn't use them in her subsequent actions, so it doesn't really matter. But I should have waited till after all her actions had finished and then done it before we learned any of those skills. The other thing I cocked up was her move. I didn't see the river here, but she did actually roll a water anyway, so she could have actually ended up here on Tanglewood, like she did do. I didn't have to move her back. So that was just me, like, it was mainly I couldn't remember what dice had rolled, and originally I didn't see this little river here. But other than that, it went swimmingly. Okay, so that's pretty much it for a bit of a recap on last turn. Where is everybody? Well, Lyssa's right down here in the southwest corner of the map, just south of Brightvale, and Echo Lake is where Master Thorn is, where he's on top of this unflipped adventure gem. So let's get on with turn 6. And here we are with Master Thorn. So what's Master Thorn going to do? Well, you may as well flip this adventure quest gem here. So he's going to use 2 of his 3 actions to flip that. So let's have a look at the quest deck. And we get another quest. Buried History. The Great Tombs are a relic of ancient Dwarven engineering. It is said there is great treasure to be had for those who dare enter. So it takes 1 action to explore the Valley of Souls. Where's the Valley of Souls? Oh, actually, it's up here. Here's Forge. It's right next to Forge. It's up there. So we have to do a roll as normal to explore. Outcome 1, raid the tombs. Gain 1 gold for each hills spent. Cannot be 0. So you've got to roll your dice. If you get a few, you get 1 gold for each hill symbol that you roll on your terrain dice by the look of it. If you get 2 hills and, hang on, what's that symbol? A mountain, I think. Yeah, a mountain. Then we can desecrate the Chamber of Gar. Discard cards from the asset deck until you discard an asset that costs at least 5 gold. You may you may either take that asset or gain 5 gold. Okay, so that's his quest. So we'll put that over with Swamp Tails, and let's dig out a token, and we'll put that up here, the Valley of Souls, so we know he's got a quest there. Cool. Right, so he's got 1 action left. Well, he may as well move. We've got a bit of a... he can go 2 ways when he moves. He can sort of head in this direction, that's towards the Blackwing Swamp and Tamalir, or he can head up towards Forge and this quest that he's just got in the Valley of Souls. Let's just roll the dice and see where they lead us. So he's got a couple of plains, also a couple of hills, and bloody hell, if he'd rolled this on the quest, he'd have got the 2 hills and the mountains. But as it is, he's rolled it too early. So what's he going to do? So he could. It's just not enough to get him to the Blackwing Swamps, unfortunately. He can get to here, and he could use the water to get, or could use the water across there, and then perhaps get to there, I think. Or he could go one. We'll go towards Forge. So there, and then any sort of terrain dice he can move along. So that's where he ends up, just outside of Forge. So those are the 3 actions for Master Thorn. Next up, it is Lyssa. And here is Lyssa. Well, we may as well move, I think. So let's see where she can get to. 3 dice. So she gets a mountains and a water, she gets a plains and a forest, and she gets a forest and the hills. Doesn't look too clever for her getting anywhere, to be honest. So, that's a plains. And none of these 2 are any good whatsoever. So, I think what we'll do is we'll just move 1, and then we shall roll again. So she's used up an action. I'm not going to exert. In fact, I'm not even going to bother roll it for a second action. Mind you, that'll take her there and she won't be able to flip it. Right, in that case, she goes to Brightvale on her first action. Not there. Let's go to Brightvale. Let's see if we can do a combat. Sorry. So that's a bit better. She's got that. She's got a water again. Oh, she's got a wild. So she'll get in there. Now, what she can't do is flip it because she's only got 1 action left. So what can she do with a final action? Well, it don't look like she can do a lot really. No good her resting. So she can't shop. Can't adventure because that costs 2 actions. She could train, I suppose. And is it worth moving? Is it worth moving again? No, we'll just stay here. We'll stay here till she isn't using her last action. I don't see the point in training. Adrenaline in fire and cheap tricks seem fine. Oh, actually, yeah, we'll train. If we don't like the 3 we pull, we'll just put them straight back. So 1, 2, 3. Perhaps we might get something better than what we've got. So there's intimidating. During attribute tests, you may use strength instead of mind or spirit. Well, all her attributes are the same, so that doesn't do anything. Tireless. Once per turn, you may move 1 hex. That might be useful. And scavenging. Whenever you rest in the wilderness, heal all damage. That's not bad either, but... Ugh. Tireless, intimidating, scavenging. Are they better than Cheap Trick, Inner Fire or Adrenaline? Not really, we'll just put them back. So... Oh, in fact, no, we'll keep scavenging. That might be useful. And we'll take away... No, we won't. We'll get rid of it. Forget that. Right, so first turn was a move, second turn was first action was a move, second action was a move, and a third action was a train. But not much going on there, unfortunately. Right, so that is the end of turn 6. Let's move on to turn 7. Let's move the counter. So, nothing there. So, we're straight on to turn 7, and our first player will once again be Master Thorn. So, here we are with Master Thorn. First of all, he's going to move. So, let's see where he can get to. He's moving along a road, so shouldn't present many problems. Right, so we can use any terrain dice to get into Forge. Then he needs a hills, and he's got 2 hills here. So I'm going to spend 1 of those, and he's got to the Valley of Souls, so he can have a look at his quest. So let's have a look at Buried History. Right, so it's 1 action to explore the Valley of Souls. Let's see how he does. Needless to say, we could do with that 5 gold. And of course, he don't roll any hills whatsoever. But he has got a wild, so that could count as 1 hill, which would be 1 gold. So he's going to get 1 gold, and of course he takes this as a trophy. So he's now got 2 quest trophies, which isn't so bad, and he's got 2 gold. Get rid of that now. And he's still got 1 action left. So what's he going to do? Well, there's not much reason to go back into Forge, because he's only got 2 gold and he can't really buy anything. Can't really... I mean, there's a social gem up there, I suppose. Yeah, he'll just move 1 and he'll have a look at this social gem next turn. So that's it for Master Thorn. Let's get back to Lyssa. And here's Lyssa. First 2 actions, she's going to flick this combat gem. So, at last, some combat. Let's see what we get. Oh, we've got a Beastman, an enemy, 6 health, savage humanoid, with 1 surge, he claws, remove all of your foes' shield tokens, and with 2 surges, it's enrage. Double all your damage for the rest of this combat round. Woo! So the reward, if we beat him, as well as taking it as a trophy, we will get 2 gold, and we need the cash. But can she do it? Right, so that's the Beastman. So now we move into combat. Combat means we use the good old tokens. So the Beastman will have these 5 tokens, and Lyssa will have these 3. She does have defensive stance, so that's a good one to remember. Once per combat round you may exert to block 1 damage, and she has got 3 cards in hand. And she also has a special of Stalk Prey. If she explores, she will deal 1 damage for each terrain symbol that she rolls that matches her hex, which in this case will be a forest. Okay, let's do it. So we need the first round. Let's just cast our runes. Right, so Lyssa gets, let's move these, she gets a shield, a magic damage and an agility token, and she's got 2 golds, which means she's got an initiative of 2. The Beastman, let's move him down here a bit, he gets a damage, a surge, oh, 2 dashes, but they're no combat. No combat bonuses from those, although they're both gold, so they count as 2 initiative, and he's got another damage token. Okie dokie. So they've both got an initiative of 2. That means that Lyssa goes first. So what do we do? Well, here we go. The surge, remove all of your foes' shield tokens, and he's got a surge there. Now we can either force the Beastman to recast one of these, or we can turn one over. And what we're going to do, because he's got that surge ability and they take away the shield anyway, Lyssa's going to use this to flip her shield token, and she's going to flip it to 2 damage. So she's got 2 physical damage and 1 magic damage. And that's what she's going to do in her first combat round. Now it's the Beastman's go. Now she's got no surges whatsoever now, so this surge, it's useless because it's only for removing these tokens. These 2 are useless as it stands, so he hasn't spent them yet. We'll just keep him in the corner, but they're pretty much no good to him. So he's going to spend one of these damage tokens. Yep. So he spent a damage token. She hasn't got a shield, so she's going to take 1 damage. Or is she? She isn't, because what she's going to do is she is going to, as per defensive stance, she's going to exert and get rid of Cheap Trick. So she hasn't lost a damage. What she's also going to do now is she's allowed to roll a dice. A terrain dice, stalk prey. Oh no, she can only do that on 1 surge. She hasn't got a surge. Forget that. Right, so what she is going to do is, because it's now her turn, is she is going to play her 2 physical damage. The Beastman, he's got nothing to stop that, so he gets 2 damage out of 6, so we need another 4 damage. Next to go is the Beastman. All he can really play is his other damage token, and once again Lyssa is going to exert, get rid of it in a fire, and she's not going to take that damage. And that's because of defensive stance, so that's pretty cool. It says once per combat round, so I think these things we're doing here are a round. You know, 1 round, then 2 round, then 3 round. I don't think it counts for the whole combat. Again, if I'm wrong, let me know. I'll keep a tally. She should be at 1 if I'm wrong in this. Right, so it's her go, and obviously she's going to put this magic damage. So the Beastman, he's now got 3 damage. Now it's the Beastman's turn. Get rid of that. Then it'll be his turn again, because she'll have to pass, and then it'll be his turn, and he's got a surge that doesn't do him any good. So that's the first bit of combat. Actually, I think that was a round, wasn't it? Where we did that to where we got to no tokens being left. So she won't spend it in a fire yet. I think she does take 1. So she has got 1 damage. I think he used 2. I think he exerted twice in a combat round there. I think a combat round is when you spend all your tokens. Okay, so we go again. Let's recast the runes. Groovy. So she's got another magic. She's got another shield. And she's got another agility. She's rolled exactly the same as last time. So hopefully that'll be good. And it looks like he's rolled the same as last time pretty much. So he's got Surge again. But this time he's got a flip token. And he's got one of those. Right, let's just check. What can they do with agility tokens? Monsters. Right. We could force us to recast one of ours. But it's us first again, because 2 initiative and 2 initiative. So we get to go first with Lyssa. And she's going to do the same. She's going to use the agility token. And, oh no, she's not going to use it yet. She's going to use the magic damage first. We'll just see what this guy's going to do. So, magic damage. And is he going to stop it? He is. He is going to stop it. So he's going to cast that. So he's not going to get a damage. Then it's his go. The shield, when you use a shield, it's a reaction. So you can do it without like losing your turn. So it's his go now. And what he's going to do is he's going to use his agility token, but he's going to use it to flip this one, and he's going to move it onto a double. The reason he's going to move it onto a double, in fact no he isn't, because it's not going to do him any good. That is not going to do him any good, unfortunately, because he doesn't have any damage tokens showing. So in order to get some damage, he has to do a flip. He is going to spend this, and he's going to flip that over to the damage side. If he'd had some skulls, I would have flipped the double over and then tried to double the damage by putting the skull onto the double. But if I'd flipped this one, I had no skulls to put onto it, so all I could have doubled is the surge, and that would have enraged him, which double all of your damage for the round. Except he couldn't roll any damage, he couldn't get any damage, so that'd have been useless. So what he's done is he's flicked that, so at least he can try and get 1 damage. Right, that's his go. And Lyssa is going to use her agility token now, and she's going to flip that onto the 2 physical damage side. Then it is the Beastman's go again, and all he can do is really put a damage onto her, and she is going to exert. So in a fire goes, so she avoids taking that damage. It's her go again, and she's going to use the 2 physical damage token. You can't block it, so that is going to go up to 5. We only need to get 1 more on it. And again, got a surge. No good. She hasn't got any shield tokens, and this doesn't help the Beastman whatsoever. So there you go back. Right, so that's the end of the 2nd round of combat. And the 3rd round coming up. Right, so he's got another dash, he's got another surge, he's got an agility, he's got a shield, and he's got 1 damage this time. which will be really helpful. She's got Surge, another shield, don't like coming down on the thingy side, and an agility token. Okay, so again, she gets to go first. It's because they're tying again for initiative. What's she going to do? Well, I think she is going to use her Surge, and she's going to stalk prey. And that means she can explore to deal damage. So what we need is we need wilds or forests. Yep. So she spends that. Let's roll 3 dice. We want forests or wilds. I think that's it. Well, we only need one anyway. Yeah. She's got 1 forest. So that means she stalked prey. She's dealt 1 physical damage, which is up to 6. That's the end, baby. The Beastman's gone. Because she got to go first. He hasn't had a chance to retaliate. We've put 6 on him. And it's bye-bye, Mr. Beastman. So we take this as a trophy. So we've got a combat trophy. And we also gain 2 gold. Immense. Let's get 2 gold. So she's no longer Brassic. Let's put all these back. So I think I tried to do my best there. If there was something that I missed and there was a better way of doing it, but please put it in the comments. But it's not because I was trying to get Lyssa to win or anything. It was just like if I've missed anything, it's because I'm crap. But I think that was the best way to do it. So that took a while, but that's the first combat I've done in the game. So hopefully I did it correctly. Let me know, and let me know on that round thing. Is a round when you spend all the tokens? Does that count as a combat round? I think it does. I think I did that right. Right, so she's done that, and she's still got an action left. So what is she going to do? Well, she may as well move, I think. Oh no, she's going to train, because she's only got 1 left now. Her hand size is only 1. So let's train. Get 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And let's see what we've got. Taxidermy. Gain 1 gold whenever you gain a combat trophy. Unfortunately, we've already got the combat trophy. Sense of direction. Once per turn, you may re-roll up to X terrain dice. X is equal to your mind. Oh, that's not bad. That is not bad. And bulked up, which is +1 strength, which isn't bad either. Is there a reason why I wanted to keep adrenaline? Whenever you engage a foe, you may draw 2 skills and ignore your maximum hand size for the rest of the combat. Not bad. We'll get rid of taxidermy. As I say, it's a bit late. We've already killed it. So we'll keep sense of direction and bulked up. So she's back up to a hand size of 3 now, which is a maximum. And that is the end of Lyssa's turn. Right, oh. So let's move the act token. And here's the act token, and that goes on to, is it 8? Yep, we're on turn 8. Right, so that is a star. So we've got a story card. Let's have a look. We get the Dragon Cult. The Dread are a splinter cult that believe dragons are the divine fire of Kelos made flesh. The Dread believe that the Dragon Wars were punishment for mankind's many sins, and that the dragon fire will burn all the lands and purge the unrighteous. In turn order, each hero must flip 1 adventure gem face down. Oh, right. So let's get rid of that. So, turn order is let's pop up and see Master Thorn. Here's Master Thorn. Well, he's going to flip this one. The only reason is it's out of the way. I don't think he'll be going in this direction, so he may as well flip one. I think the idea behind this card, this story card, would be, you know, if we weren't playing a solo game and you were playing against other players, you'd flip, you might perhaps flip an adventure gem that they were stood on or right next to an opposing player in order like to cut down their options. I think that's the idea behind it. But as we're playing solo, we'll just pick a few that are out of the way. So he's going to flip the one at Broken Crags. In fact, let's scratch that. Let's play it like they are against each other. So Master Thorn will pick this one because it's the nearest. Which is the nearest? I think she's equidistant between these two. So I think she will pick... Yeah, she might be heading back up to the Hunter's Circle. So let's pick this one. We'll flick that one, just in case she decides to go this way, back up to the Hunter's Circle. We've given her a few less options. Mahaha, nasty Master Thorn. Well, Lyssa's not having that, so she's had a good think, and she is going to turn over this one. Yes, Lyssa's thought 2 can play at that game, so she's going to flip this combat token over here, just in case Master Thorn was thinking of hoovering these up on his way to the Blackwing Swamp. So that's our 2 protagonists trying to do each other over. We love it. Okay, I think this has took quite a bit of time, mainly with the combat, because I haven't done the combat before, so it was a bit slow. So we'll leave it there. We're at the start of turn 8, and we will carry on with that next time. Let's have a look at the whole board and see where we're all up to. Hello everyone, here we are, start of turn 8. Where is everyone? So we've got Master Thorn, he's up here in the far north east, the Valley of Souls, and oh, cobblers. Quick change, taking it back. She's not going to flip that one. Obviously she's going to flip this one that he was stood on and was going to do next turn. So that's what she would have done. Sorry about that. The reason I didn't see it was obviously because he was stood on it. So that's the one that she actually flipped on him. So unlucky Master Thorn. So Master Thorn's up here at the Valley of Souls, and he's done pretty well this turn. He's done all right. He's got himself a gold. He did the quest in the Valley of Souls. He's got himself another quest card, quest trophy, so he's got 2 trophies now. And he will probably start heading this way to get to Blackwing Swamp, see if he can do the Swamp Tales quest. Still needs cash, desperately needs cash, but I think he'll have a go at the combat next turn. So, just a reminder, that wasn't the one that got flipped. This was the one that got flipped because he was stood right on it. So yeah, he'll be heading this way and for that quest, I think. Lyssa, she's just in Tanglewood again. What she's going to do is... Was she stood on one? She was stood on one, but it was the one that she dealt with. So we flipped that one, but I think she's still going to make her way up here to the hedge and to the Hunter's Circle, and then probably make her way across to Manara's Teeth. So we'll do it that way, I think. Yep, she did pretty well. She rolled pretty badly on turn 6. We sort of like, you know, we sort of stumbled our way into Tanglewood. But she did all right with the combat. She beat the Beastman. I think I played that right. Let me know if I haven't, or I made a balls of it. Well, I think I played that right, and I think I did the best that I could for the Beastman. We were quite fortunate. He rolled quite a lot of those dashes, which didn't help him out whatsoever. So she was quite good, and she avoided losing too much health because of she was exerting. So that was pretty cool. Actually, why has she got no health on her card? She did get 1 health damage, I think. Yeah, she got 1 health damage. So she's got 1 health damage. She hasn't rested, so she has actually. She's down to 8 health, I think I took it off by mistake, probably because I had it down here instead of on a card. So she is at 8 health. So, but only to lose 1 health, she did pretty good. So she might do a bit more combat in the future. And she's got herself 2 gold now, as well as a combat trophy, so that's pretty funky. All the same, we're not really tooled up for Margath. We do need to get some gold and buy some decent weapons, or get quite a few more lore tokens. Probably both, if we're honest, and perhaps a few more skills. We're doing okay on trophies. I think it's just gold and lore tokens. Oh, the story card, that wasn't too bad. As I say, they both tried to do each other over, and they flipped adventure gems that are closest to their goals, I think. So I think that's a good way to play it. Right, so thank you for watching. Thanks for all the subscriptions. Thanks for all the views and the comments and the rules discussions, all that sort of stuff, as normal. Very much appreciated. Any tips, any ideas for our 2 heroes should do? Team Lyssa, team like Master Thorn, if you're out there pulling for one or the other and you've got a good idea for either of them, then give us a shout in the comments. I hope you join me for episode 4 of Runebound, the Ascendance of Margath. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.